Time now for the PHL Sun Off News in this late Saturday, October 3rd, 2015. And just before the PHL starts off the night, here are Saturday late night news headlines at 11 o'clock in this late Saturday night. Wiggins news headlines here. Top story at 11 o'clock in this late Saturday night. Here is Roseburg, Oregon, where the father of a gunman who killed 9 people of a community college here called on the nation to change its gun laws on Saturday, saying that massacre would not have happened if the Senate had not been able to buy more than a handgun. Kabul and airstrike apparently carried out the U.S. forces heavily damaged a charitable hospital in northern Afghanistan on Saturday, killing at least 90 people, 3 of them reportedly children in an incident at the senior UN. About 22 million Americans along the East Coast were under flood watch for Saturday as once another 200 years of rainfall event began hammering the Carolinas with heavy rains and the nose of the worst is yet to come. California Highway Patrol Sergeant Steve White stands outside the office of Governor Jerry Brown as the protesters shouting Black Lives Matter as the measures target racial, profound, and excessive force by police. 1 dead, 3 others injured in apparent gas blast as firefighters working at the scene of an explosion in a 3-story building in the Borough Park neighborhood in the Brooklyn borough of New York. Moscow, man. Russia said on Saturday that it will step up airstrikes in Syria, a scale of military intervention which Moscow says is weakening the Islamic State militants by which Western powers say aims to support President Bashar al-Assad. Rome. In the wake of the bitter controversy surrounding a private meeting with Kentucky clerk Kim Davis during the trip on the United States last week as Pope Francis says a chance to begin this Sunday to get back on the message with an opening of Synod. Brussels. Nazi swastikas billowing under the triumphal arch that overlooks Brussels' European Union district through the yard gasp from guests of the Berlin's EU mission at an evening to celebrate 25 years since the German reunification. Charleston, South Carolina, U.S. Coast Guard bots found a life rigging from the cargo ship Elfhour on Saturday, the first trace of the vessel since it went missing 2 days earlier, with 33 mostly American crew members on board and the powerful Hurricane Joaquin moved. Officers in Dallas, Texas arrested 31-year-old Christopher Love after a month-long investigation pointed him the shooter in the murder of an uptown dentist. Dr. Hatcher. A concrete canopy collapsed Saturday on a group of band students who gathered outside of North Carolina High School shortly before competition, leaving 25 people injured, our authorities said. No one meant Saturday to be the first head-to-head contest in Democratic primaries, say Senate, except perhaps Joe Biden as a vice president, who keeps shoving the chance to play footsie to the 2016 race, charged in an annual dinner in the country, as he previously battled against Hillary Clinton. Meanwhile, Donald Trump continues to be a force in the 2016 presidential race dominated by outsiders, but political observers predict the more traditional candidate will carry the Republican Party's bid to the White House. Chicago. After 5 years in United Airlines Incorporated and the Continental Airlines merger, the recently appointed CEO Oscar Munoz has admitted that the airline had failed to live up to its purpose and its potential at the 2010 merger. October 1st is the deadline for retailers and credit card issuing companies to switch over to using the new EMV credit cards, which contain a computer chip that creates and encrypts a new number of every time a card is used, which will dramatically. On Friday, Solar City has built the world's most efficient rooftop solar panel. The new solar panel generates more power per square foot and harvests more energy over a year than any other rooftop panel in production. Boston, U.S. hedge fund are bracing in for the worst year since 2008 financial crisis after a dramatic sell-off in the healthcare and biotechnology stocks that triggered double-digit losses for some prominent players last month. Despite being a non-record of the largest animal that ever lived, blue whales have a strategy to conserve energy they gain from something extremely tiny that they eat nil. NASA discovered that there is indeed flowing water on Mars, increasing the chance that there could also be life, but just how likely is the existence of Martians. Researchers say that the dinosaur killing asteroid might have not been the only thing that did in the prehistoric beasts. The UK is green, allowed to transplanted and 10 wombs to the patients without one of the clinical trial. If successful, the first baby born in a transplanted womb will begin to arrive in the region in 2018. NFL color pink during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And a new study conducted by UC Berkeley researchers not only established that sleeping late does increase weight gain, but also specifically measured how much you can gain because that is based on a possible increase in the body mass index. Future Channel News Time, 11:05. Time now for a Trevor report on this late Sunday night, baby. Let's take a look at the map here and smooth sailing on our byways of New England here on this late Saturday night, except for some few slow spots. Route 24 on the southbound side, so for Route 44 in Random to Route 140 in Taunton here. Out in Route 3 on the northbound side, we got an accident in Marsh Street around Route 139, so expect some delays here. And Route 3 on the northbound side also slow down. Route 18 in Weymouth, so expect some delays here. And we got an accident on the Furnace, the South East Expressway on the southbound side around Furnace Brook Parkway, so expect some delays here. 95 on the southbound side, a little slow around Stonington, Connecticut here. Mass Park in the interchange with 495, a little slow around Westport, and Mass Park in the eastbound side, so before Route 128 in Weston here. And otherwise, a smooth sailing commute on this late Saturday night on highways and byways in New England here. And let's take a look at what is going on in the MBTA alerts here. Ferries are looking good, subways are looking good except for Sylvan and Nelson for experiencing minor delays due to disabled bus, and Sylvan and Nelson for experiencing minor delays due to traffic here, and on the Commuter Rail, it's looking good. Future Channel News Time is now 11:06 here, and it is time now for a weather report here. And the latest on Joaquin, cell location 20.0 to the north, 68.9 on the west. Now, next with same winds, 130 miles an hour. Movement north is at 20 miles an hour here. An extremely dangerous hurricane Joaquin continues northeastward towards Bermuda here. Bermuda weather services show hurricane warning for Bermuda, and summary of watch and warnings affected. Hurricane warnings in effect for Bermuda. A hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within a warning area. A warning is typically issued 3 to 6 hours before the anticipated first occurrence of a tropical storm force wind. Conditions make outside preparation difficult and dangerous. Preparation to protect life and the property should be rushed to completion here. For some information specific to your area, please monitor products issued by a local National Meteorological Service here. At 11 p.m. at Atlantic Standard Time, the center of Hurricane Joaquin was located near latitude 20.0 to the north, longitude 68.9 in the west here. Joaquin is moving toward the northeast at 20 miles an hour here, and turning toward the northeast is expected later tonight with its motion. Continue for Sunday night on the forecast track. The center of Joaquin will pass during Bermuda late Sunday night. Reports from the Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that maximum sustained winds are near 130 miles an hour. With our guess and Joaquin as a category 4 hurricanes on the Saffir-Simpson's hurricane wind scale, weakening this forecast during the next 48 hours. Hurricane force winds extend hours up to 70 miles an hour from the center, and 12 zone force winds extend hours up to 2 to 5 miles an hour here. The minimum set pressure is estimated from Hurricane Hunter aircraft data is 944 millibars at 27.88 inches here. Wind tropical storm conditions are first expected to reach Bermuda by Sunday morning, with hurricane conditions expected by Sunday afternoon. Near rainfall, outer rain bands of Joaquin will begin to affect Bermuda by early Sunday, and Joaquin is expected to produce 3 to 5 inches of rainfall for the Bermuda for Monday, and surf swells drained by Joaquin will continue to affect portions of the Bahamas during the next few days. As swells are affecting much of the southeastern coast of the United States when it spread northward along the east coast of the United States. But the weekend as swells from Joaquin begin affecting the Bermuda and the night continue about Sunday and Monday. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening and surfing rip current conditions in evil. Joaquin is expected to pass well east of the coast of the United States. A prolonged period of elevated water levels and large waves will affect the Mid-Atlantic region, cause a significant beach and dune erosion with a moderate coastal flooding likely. Please consult products with your local river office here. And look at the radar. We're seeing some little spotty bands of rain showers here. Give you a closer look at it. It's spotty rain showers around Amherst and southwest of South Deerfield, and spotty rain showers southeast of Brunswick, New York State, and spotty rain showers around southwest of Massachusetts, around Sheffield, around Sensfield, and stretching around Simsbury, and stretching around northwestern portions of Connecticut area, and stretching around through Wassaic, New York State, Clinton Quarters, Hyde Park, New York, Washington, and Fallsburg, New York. Here, Fallsburg, New York. Here, and stretch by the extreme northeastern portions of Pennsylvania. Here. All right, let's take a look at 7-day forecast. It goes like this here. Overnight, slight chance of drizzle, cloud sky. We'll have low around 46 degrees. Northeast about 10 to 30 miles, gust high 28 miles an hour here. For Sunday, most skies got about 55 degrees. Northeast about 10 miles on good side, 24 miles an hour. Sunday night, slight chance of drizzle after 11 p.m. Most skies got low at 45 degrees and north about 7 miles an hour. Monday, chance of drizzle may between noon and 1 p.m. Most skies got about 61 degrees. North about 7 to 9 miles an hour. Monday night, patch back before 2 a.m. Then patch back after 3 a.m. Most skies got low at 43 degrees and north about 3 to 7 miles an hour. Tuesday, patch back before 9 a.m. Most Sunday podcast got about 66 to about 45 degrees. Wednesday, patch back before 8 a.m. Saturday, the most good got about 69 to about 45 degrees. Thursday, Saturday podcast got about 62 to about 44 degrees. Friday, podcast got about 63 degrees. Friday night, chance of showers, most got about 49 degrees. Chest patient is 40%. And for Saturday, podcast got about 64 degrees. Here, Mountain temperature sitting at 55 degrees, overcast skies, humidity 67%, and that is going to be for the period channel Sun Up News, and it's late. Starting at October 3rd, 2015. I'm Peter. Hope you have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning with a more work. Good night, and good morning. Good night.